You wake up one morning and your chest feels tight, like there's a weight pressing down on your ribs, making it hard to take a full breath. Your stomach is clenched, tense, maybe even nauseous, and there's this shakiness running through your arms and legs like electricity, humming just beneath your skin. Your heart might be beating faster than it should, or maybe you just feel this general sense of unease, this restlessness that makes you want to move, but also makes you feel trapped inside your own body. And the most confusing, most terrifying part is that you don't know why. You look around your room, you think through your day, you search your mind for what could be causing this feeling. And there's nothing. Nothing is actually wrong. Nothing bad is happening. No one is threatening you. No crisis is unfolding. And yet your body is responding as if there's immediate danger, as if something terrible is about to happen, as if you need to run or fight or protect yourself right now. And that disconnect between what your mind knows and what your body feels, that's one of the most disorienting experiences you can have. It makes you question yourself, makes you wonder if you're going crazy, makes you feel like your body has betrayed you or like there's something fundamentally broken inside you that you can't understand or control. If this is your experience, I want you to know first and foremost that you are not broken. You are not imagining this. You are not being dramatic or irrational. What you're feeling is real, and it's happening for reasons that make sense even if you can't consciously identify them in the moment. Your body holds memory in ways that your conscious mind doesn't always have access to. Your nervous system carries patterns and responses that were learned long ago, sometimes in childhood, sometimes through repeated experiences of stress or fear or unpredictability. And sometimes even when your life is calm on the surface, even when nothing is actively threatening you, your body can still respond as if danger is present because it's responding to something deeper, something stored, something that your nervous system remembers even if you don't. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's actually doing exactly what it was trained to do, what it learned to do to keep you safe. The problem is that the danger it's responding to might not exist in your present reality. It might be responding to echoes of the past, to patterns that were necessary once but aren't needed anymore. And understanding that, really letting that sink in, can be the first step toward helping your body feel safe again. Let's talk about why your body might feel unsafe when there's no clear reason, because when you understand the mechanics of this, when you understand how your nervous system works, it becomes less frightening and more something you can work with, something you can compassionately address. Your nervous system has this incredible capacity to detect danger, to keep you alive by responding to threats before your conscious mind even registers them. This is a survival mechanism that has kept humans alive for thousands of years. But when you grow up in an environment where you couldn't predict what would happen next, where you had to be constantly alert, where safety was conditional or inconsistent, your nervous system learns to be hypervigilant. It learns to scan constantly for signs of danger, to interpret ambiguous situations as threatening, to stay activated and ready even when there's no actual threat present. And once that pattern is established, it doesn't just go away when the environment changes. Your nervous system continues to operate from that baseline of vigilance, continues to sound alarms, continues to keep your body in a state of readiness, because that's what it learned to do to keep you safe. So even now, even when you're in a safe space, even when nothing is objectively wrong, your body might still be operating from that old programming, still scanning for danger, still believing that it needs to stay activated to protect you. There's also something called emotional memory, which is different from conscious memory. Your body stores the felt sense of experiences, particularly frightening or overwhelming experiences, in your nervous system, in your muscles, in the way you breathe, in the patterns of tension you carry. And sometimes something in your present environment, something subtle that you might not even consciously notice, can trigger that stored memory. Maybe it's a smell, or a tone of voice, or a certain quality of light, or the way someone looks at you, or even just a feeling of vulnerability or exposure. And suddenly your body is responding as if that old threat is happening again, even though consciously you have no idea why you feel this way. Your thinking mind is in the present, but your body has been pulled back into the past, into a state that it remembers, into a response pattern that was necessary then. And because you can't consciously identify the trigger, because you don't understand why your body is reacting this way, it feels random and terrifying and out of your control. But it's not random. There's always a reason, even if you can't see it. Your body is trying to tell you something, trying to protect you from something, even if that something is no longer a real threat. Perfectionism and the pressure to always be okay, to always have it together, to never show weakness or need help. This can also create a constant state of tension in your body. When you've learned that you have to be perfect to be safe, that you have to control everything to prevent bad things from happening, your nervous system never gets to fully relax. There's always this underlying vigilance, this monitoring, this bracing, because any mistake or failure or loss of control feels like a threat to your survival, to your worth, to your place in the world. And over time, that chronic tension becomes your baseline. Your body forgets what it feels like to be truly relaxed, truly at ease. And so even in moments when nothing is happening, when you're just sitting or lying down or going about your day, your body is still holding that tension, still in that state of readiness, still feeling unsafe because it's been trained to believe that letting go, that relaxing, that being vulnerable is dangerous. And that tension has to go somewhere. It manifests as tightness in your chest, as churning in your stomach, as shakiness in your limbs, as a general sense of dread or unease that you can't explain because there's no external cause. The cause is internal. It's the accumulated stress and vigilance and fear that your body has been holding, sometimes for years, sometimes for your entire life. Right now, as you're hearing these words, I want you to just notice your body. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to fix anything. Just bring your awareness gently down into your body and notice what's there. Maybe there's tightness in your chest. Maybe your stomach feels knotted. Maybe your shoulders are up near your ears. Maybe there's a trembling or a restlessness that you can feel. Just notice it. And as you notice it, see if you can bring a quality of gentleness to that noticing, a quality of curiosity rather than judgment. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is not broken. Your body is trying so hard to protect you, and it's exhausted, and it's confused, and it doesn't know how to stop because it doesn't feel safe enough to stop. So instead of being angry at your body for feeling this way, instead of trying to force it to calm down or be different, what if you could just be with it? What if you could just acknowledge that your body is afraid, and that's okay, and you're here with it, and you're not going to abandon it or judge it or punish it for feeling this way. Let's take a moment to connect with your breath, because your breath is one of the most powerful tools you have for communicating with your nervous system, for letting your body know that you're safe right now in this moment. You don't have to change your breath, don't have to make it deeper or slower or different than it is. Just feel it. Feel the air moving in through your nose or mouth. Feel it filling your lungs. Feel the pause at the top of the inhale. Feel the gentle release as you exhale. Your breath is always happening in the present moment. It's not in the past, not in the future, just here, now breathing. And when you bring your awareness to your breath, when you really feel it, you're anchoring yourself in this present moment, in this body, in this reality. And in this moment, right now, you are safe. I know your body might not believe that yet. I know it might still be holding fear and tension and vigilance. But the truth is, right now, as you breathe, you are okay. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is attacking you. You are here, breathing, alive, and that is enough. You can also begin to bring your awareness to points of contact, to places where your body is touching something solid and supportive. Feel your feet on the floor if you're standing, or feel your body pressing into the chair or bed if you're sitting or lying down. Feel the weight of your body being held, being supported. You don't have to hold yourself up. You don't have to brace yourself. The earth is beneath you. The surface is supporting you, and you can let yourself be held. This is grounding. This is a way of reminding your nervous system that you have a body, that you are in a physical space, that you are connected to something solid and stable. And as you feel that support, as you really let yourself feel it, something in your body might begin to soften just a little bit. Maybe your shoulders drop slightly. Maybe your breath deepens. Maybe the tightness in your chest eases just a fraction. These are signs that your nervous system is beginning to register safety, beginning to believe that maybe, just maybe, it can relax a little bit. I want to talk about how deeply confusing and frustrating it is when your body feels unsafe for no reason, when you can't point to anything external and say, "That's why I feel this way." It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you feel like you're overreacting or being irrational. It makes you feel isolated, because how do you explain to someone else that your body is in a state of panic, but nothing is actually wrong? They might tell you to just calm down, to not worry, to think positive. And those suggestions, even though they're well-meaning, can make you feel even more alone because they don't address the reality of what you're experiencing. Your body's fear isn't something you can just think your way out of. It's not a choice you're making. It's a physiological response, a nervous system state, and it needs to be addressed on that level, not just with logic or positive thinking. You need your body to feel safe, not just to be told that it should feel safe. And that happens through experience, through repeated moments of actually being safe, of your nervous system registering that safety, of your body learning that it can let go of the vigilance without something bad happening. If you grew up needing to be alert, needing to watch for signs of anger or conflict or instability in your environment, needing to manage other people's emotions or take care of yourself before you were developmentally ready, your nervous system never learned what true safety feels like. It never got to experience consistent, reliable, unconditional safety where you could just be a child, where you could relax and play and not have to worry about what might happen next. And so now, as an adult, even when you're in a safe environment, even when you're with safe people, your nervous system doesn't recognize it as safe because it has no reference point for what safety actually feels like in your body. Safety isn't just an intellectual concept. It's a felt sense. It's a state of your nervous system. And if you've never experienced it, if your body has no memory of it, then your nervous system will default to vigilance, to fear, to assuming that danger is always possible. And that's why your body can feel unsafe even when nothing is wrong, because it's never learned what safe feels like in a way that allows it to truly relax. But here's the hopeful part, the part one really wants you to hear. Your body can learn. Your nervous system is not fixed. It's not permanently damaged. It's adaptable, and it can change, and it can learn new patterns. It can learn what safety feels like. It can learn to relax. It can learn that it doesn't have to stay vigilant all the time. But it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes repeated experiences of actual safety, of your body being in safe environments and gradually registering that safety, of you being gentle and compassionate with yourself instead of critical and harsh, of you not abandoning yourself when things feel hard, but instead staying present, staying connected, staying here with your body even when it's afraid. Every time you do that, every time you stay present with your fear instead of running from it or judging it, you're teaching your nervous system something new. You're teaching it that feelings aren't dangerous, that you can be with discomfort without being destroyed by it, that you are safe even when you feel unsafe. One of the most powerful things you can do when your body feels unsafe for no reason is to speak to it with kindness, to offer it the compassion and reassurance it's desperately seeking. You can place a hand on your chest or your belly, feel the warmth of your own touch, and you can say, either out loud or silently in your mind, "I know you're scared. I know you feel unsafe. And I'm here with you. We're okay right now. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay right here with you until you feel safer." You might feel silly doing this at first. You might think it's pointless or that it won't work. But your body responds to kindness. Your nervous system responds to gentle, compassionate presence. When you were a child and you were afraid, what you needed was for someone to be with you, to hold you, to reassure you that everything was okay. And if you didn't get that, if you had to face your fear alone, then your body still carries that need. And now, as an adult, you can give yourself what you didn't receive. You can be that compassionate presence for yourself. You can be the one who stays, who doesn't abandon yourself when things feel hard, who offers kindness instead of criticism. You might also notice that certain times of day are harder than others. Certain situations or environments trigger that feeling of unsafety more than others. And that's important information. That's your nervous system giving you clues about what it finds threatening, even if you don't consciously understand why. Maybe mornings are hard because that's when you had to be most vigilant as a child. Maybe being alone triggers fear because it reminds your body of times when you felt abandoned or unprotected. Maybe being in groups triggers vigilance because you learned that you had to constantly monitor social dynamics to stay safe. These patterns don't make you broken. They're just information. They're your body's way of communicating with you, of showing you where it still holds fear, where it still needs healing, where it still needs reassurance that things are different now, that you're safe now. And as you begin to notice these patterns, as you become more aware of when and why your body feels unsafe, you can start to work with it more intentionally. You can prepare yourself for situations that might be triggering. You can practice grounding and self-compassion during times that are typically harder. You can create safety for yourself proactively instead of always being caught off guard by your body's fear. There's also something to be said about the role of rest and stillness in helping your body feel safe. When your nervous system is constantly activated, when you're always in motion or always distracted or always busy, your body never gets the signal that it's safe to rest. Movement and busyness can be ways of managing anxiety, but they can also perpetuate the feeling of unsafety because they communicate to your nervous system that there's always something that needs to be done, always some threat that needs to be managed. And so learning to be still, learning to rest without distraction, learning to just be present in your body without needing to do anything, this can be incredibly healing for your nervous system. It's not easy, especially if stillness triggers anxiety, which it often does. But in small doses, in gentle increments, you can practice being still and noticing what happens. You can lie down and just feel your body resting. Just feel yourself being held by the surface beneath you. Just breathe and be present. And if fear comes up, if your body starts to feel unsafe, you don't have to push through it or force yourself to stay still. You can acknowledge the fear, you can offer yourself compassion, and you can move if you need to. But over time, with practice, stillness can become a place of safety instead of a place of threat. I know how exhausting it is to live with a body that feels unsafe all the time. I know how much energy it takes to manage that constant vigilance, that constant fear, that constant sense that something bad is about to happen. I know how much you wish you could just feel normal, just feel okay, just wake up one day and not have your body immediately go into fear mode. And I want you to know that your exhaustion is valid. Your struggle is real. You're not being weak. You're not failing. You're dealing with something incredibly difficult, something that many people don't understand because they've never experienced it. And you're doing your best. You're still here. You're still trying. You're still looking for answers, for relief, for a way to feel better. And that takes so much courage and strength, even when it doesn't feel like it. As we come toward the end of our time together, I want to offer you this image, this possibility. Imagine your body as a scared child who has been running and hiding and fighting for so long that it doesn't remember what it's like to feel safe. And imagine yourself, your adult self, your wise and compassionate self, finding that scared child and sitting down with them and saying, you don't have to run anymore. You don't have to fight anymore. I'm here now, and I'm going to take care of you. You're safe with me. And at first, that child doesn't believe you. They're too scared, too used to danger, too convinced that letting their guard down means something bad will happen. But you stay. You don't leave. You don't get frustrated or impatient. You just stay present, offering gentle reassurance, offering safety through your presence, through your patience, through your unwavering commitment to being there. And slowly, very slowly, that child begins to relax. Their shoulders drop. Their breath deepens. They start to believe that maybe, just maybe, they really are safe now. That's what you're doing with your body. That's the process of helping your nervous system feel safe again. You're not forcing it. You're not demanding that it change. You're just offering it repeated experiences of safety, of compassion, of being held and supported and not abandoned. And over time, your body will learn. It will remember what safety feels like. It will begin to trust that it can relax, that it can let go of the vigilance, that it can rest. Your body is not broken. Your body is protective. It's doing everything it knows how to do to keep you safe, and sometimes that means staying activated even when there's no threat, because it doesn't know any other way. But with gentleness, with patience, With compassion, you can teach it a different way. You can show it that safety is possible, that rest is possible, that it doesn't have to carry this fear forever. And slowly, breath by breath, moment by moment, your body can come back home to itself. It can remember what it's like to feel safe in your own skin. It can learn to trust that you're okay, that the world isn't always dangerous, that it can finally rest. And you deserve that. You deserve to feel safe in your own body. You deserve to wake up without fear. You deserve to move through your day without constant vigilance. You deserve peace. And it's possible. It's absolutely possible. It will take time, and it won't be linear, and there will be hard days. But you can heal. Your body can heal. And one day, you'll notice that the tightness in your chest is gone, that your stomach feels calm, that your breath is easy and full. And you'll realize that your body has finally learned what it feels like to be safe. And it will be because you stayed with yourself, because you offered yourself compassion, because you didn't give up. And that is everything.